Do you sit too close to your television? Are your chairs the right distance apart? Here to help us get it right, we've got Karen Seeley. Now, you need to know these measurements and these rules, because if you are sitting too close, it's going to be bad for your eyes. If it's too high, it's going to be terrible for your neck.
And even conversation, because if you think about like these huge great rooms people have nowadays,
yes,
if you slide that furniture against the wall, you're yelling across the room at each other.
Yeah.
So the maximum conversation is actually 12 feet away. So try and keep things that tight, because this time of year I'm finding that people are stealing furniture from other rooms to bring in, so they have more seating in their family room, or they're buying new furniture. So there's a bunch of things to consider whether you're bringing furniture into a room or buying new furniture.
Okay.
So one is just make sure it's comfortable. So what is that seat depth?
Absolutely.
That's comfortable. So the average person, if you want to sit upright, like a living room for example, 15 inches to about 18 inches depending on your height is comfortable. So sit in a chair at home and see what feels comfortable, and you can actually measure that seat depth.
Yes, you can. If you've got little, short legs, maybe you're going to want less depth.
Definitely. So I have clients who've actually said to me specifically, they don't want to be dangling like they're little kids, right? Yeah. So that depth is really important.
Right.
But if you're in a family room and you might want to kind of lounge and get comfortable and watch TV and throw a pillow behind your head, you actually might want a deeper seat and a higher back so it supports your neck.
Yes.
So these are things to consider. As well, you need some circulation. So if you look here, you can see that this chair is definitely too close to that coffee table.
That's right.
So you usually want somewhere between 12 and 18 inches so that it's easy to reach in and put a glass down or grab a nibble.
Yeah.
But if I had to, I can walk between.
Right.
So that's what you need to know. Generally, we want about 24 inches for circulation. That's kind of a minimum powder door size, for example. But if you want 2 people, you need 48.
Okay.
So just be thinking about people circulating around your home and how much seating do you want. It's really important. And if in that room you happen to have a TV technology has changed so much in the last 10 to 12 years that the rules have completely changed. So back in the olden days, 10 years ago. In TV world, that's 100 years ago, technology world.
Yes.
This is how far you would sit away from this TV, this size.
From me to the TV
about 16
would be about
feet when in a, so this would be like a 40p TV.
Yeah.
Then we came out with 720p TVs. You would have sat about this close. Then 1080p, which is a lot of TVs people have at home, this close. The technology is getting better and better, so we're not seeing as many pixels.
Yes.
There's more detail, so we can sit closer to the TV. Now we have something called the 4K Ultra TVs. We can actually sit this close to our TVs.
So our kids are doing it right then.
Yeah, they actually are.
Do you notice they're like this? I'm like, how are you seeing anything? But you can actually...
There's 4 times more detail between 1080p, which is what a lot of people have at home, and the new 4K. Okay. So you can sit close. And they actually say that they want the TV in your field of vision so that you're in an immersed experience. Amazing. So you can actually sit that close. So be thinking about that at home. And then when you're thinking about a wall to hang your TV on, look for glare, like buy curtains or have it not opposite a window. So thinking about the whole atmosphere of the room. The thing that's interesting is that heights of TVs, and how many times have you gone to somebody's home and people always say, I don't want a TV over my fireplace, Karen, because I've seen it and it looks horrible. Yeah. But often it's because the fireplace itself is too high. It's not always a mistake, but it can be because there's also a lot of heat that comes off a fireplace. Yes. So you have to be careful about that. But then, if you have a fireplace that's low enough and you're controlling the heat with a fan kit, you can actually put your TV above. So one of the great things is even though technology's changed, the height of a TV hasn't changed.
So how high should it be?
We're going to have a little game. We're going to get the audience. So I'm going to start with the TV, and you can tell me it's too high. It's going to be definitely too high. And I'm going to start lowering it so that it's going to be perfect for Tracy's viewing. Okay. So when I get to that range, I want you to start clapping. So you can be clapping, and as I get there, get a little louder and a little louder. And when everybody's really loud, I'm going to stop, and I'm going to let you know if you're right. Okay. Okay. Everybody ready?
Yeah, let's
start. All right, I'm seeing a lot of nods. Okay, here we go. All right, so here we go. Here's the TV. Hi. Here's the TV. They're right. So what you want to do is when you're seated, so in this case, you're seated in a chair that's probably about 18 inches off the ground. Yeah. Your eye height, we want to be looking in the bottom third or the midway of the TV. You don't want to crane your neck. If you have a lot of glare in your room you can't control, here's a little trick. If you don't want to go buy a bunch of curtains, you have maybe massive wall of windows, you can actually buy a tilting arm for your TV. And if you tilt the TV down a little bit, you actually will avoid the glare. So that'll help with the height and the glare.
This is a good little lesson, and you guys know how to watch TV.
They do.